my throat getting a little dry from staring at the pot. What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl QTheQueen back at it again with you with another one. And as you can see by the title, it's about to get juicy. We probably gonna rough up some feathers, but that's okay. That's okay. So stay tuned. Let's get into it. Pour me up a glass of wine to unwind. Get you one too, sis, because it's about to get crazy. Welcome to Woman Talk episode 1. And as you can see by the title, today we are going to discuss how to stop dealing with a deadbeat baby daddy. Yes, sis, you heard me. How to stop dealing with a deadbeat baby daddy. I got 5 good ways for you ladies. Sorry if y'all hear any background music, any background noises. I apologize about that. I am sitting by a window. But let's go ahead and get into it. I have my handy dandy notes so I don't miss a point, sis. And we're gonna go ahead and get straight into the video. So 5 ways to stop dealing with a, hold on y'all, let me do something about this noise. Okay, sorry about that ladies. Let's get straight into it. 5 ways to stop dealing with a deadbeat baby daddy. Number 1 is to forgive yourself. You know, a lot of the reasons why you allow a lot of stuff to slide with your baby daddy is because you feel guilt. You feel guilt for your child, for allowing yourself to lay down with someone and have sexual intercourse with them, and then not only have sexual intercourse with them, but end up pregnant by them, and then their true colors show, and they just become a deadbeat baby daddy. So you feel guilt within yourself for your child. You feel guilty for the baby's dad not being there at birthday parties, special events, day-to-day life, your child not being able to just pick up the phone and call them, or even you not being able to just pick up the phone and call your baby dad when you need help or when you need some type of support. You start to feel guilty for all those things that you just allow certain things to slide. So number 1 is going to be to forgive yourself. You know, it's not your fault that that man decided to be that way. You know, you as a woman make the choice to keep your child and have your child, and you vow to love your child, and and it's not your fault that he can't inspire to the same things you inspire to be as a mother. So you need to forgive yourself. You need to forgive yourself for putting yourself in that situation. Everybody makes mistakes. If you would have knew better, you would have did better, sis. Okay, let's get into number 2. Forgive him. Woo! I know, sis, I know. You're like, forgive him? I ain't forgiving him. Ooh, chill out, sis, chill out. Okay, listen, forgive him, because if he knew better, he would do better as well. And I'm not making no excuses for no deadbeat baby daddy, okay? Because only reason why I'm here to share this with you guys is because I have a deadbeat baby daddy. And on my journey of dealing with a deadbeat baby daddy, I've learned that forgiving him also plays a huge part in my growth, because I'm stopping myself from seeing a lot of opportunities because I haven't forgiven him. I'm so bitter. If you have been watching my channel, you see that I made a video about being a bitter baby mama, and I'll link that somewhere around here so you guys can watch that, on how I knew that I was becoming a bitter baby mama. And forgiving him was one of the ways I knew that I was becoming a bitter baby mama, because I had never forgiven him, never thought about forgiving him. I wanted him to suffer like how he had me suffering, and I just realized it was because I haven't forgiven him. Now, I'm not perfect, sis. I'm still working on forgiving him, but I am taking it one day at a time. I feel like I've never actually forgiven anybody. Maybe a couple of people at this point in my life I have forgiven for certain things, But as far as when it comes to him, I have never forgiven him for nothing he's done to me, but I am working on it. So take it one day at a time, sis. Release that anger, release that bitterness, so you can live happy, so you can be free. Don't do it for him, do it for you, sis. Number 3. Now this one's gonna make somebody mad, but I don't care. Cut off communication. Y'all, I'm telling you, when you put your foot down, it's like a weight is lifted off your shoulders. Like, it's the in and outness that gets that anger boiling. It's the him thinking he can call and check on his kids when he want to. It's the him thinking he can buy presents only on Christmas, or only come around when school starts, or running into him in a public place, and he thinks that gives him the right to take his children with him because he feel guilty if he walk away. You know what I'm saying? Cut off all communication. If you see that man in public, act like you don't know that man. Now let your kids, your kids probably gonna be happy to see him. Don't stop your babies from wanting to express their love to their dad. But at the end of the day, don't let him take them kids. Even if you feel like you need a break, even if you feel like you stressing, find it in other resources, y'all. Go and find other resources to get your break, because giving him an inch, he gonna want to take it a mile. And when you let him come in and out of your kid's life and choose when he can call and when he can show up and be a dad, he feels like you're okay with that. He feels like it's okay for him to do that. He feels like, oh, okay, like she cool with this, so I'm gonna keep doing this. And it's not okay, y'all. It is not okay. It's the wishy-washy behavior that puts you in a bad mood. It's his wishy-washy behavior that puts you in a bad mood, because when he pops up and then he disappears, who's left to answer the questions on where is daddy and when am I gonna see him again and can I call him? And then when he don't answer the phone, who's left to wipe the tears when they don't get to have that conversation with their father? And better yet, what if he's dealing with another woman and she has kids, and your child is old enough to realize her kids are always around their dad, but she only sees him when it's good for him? You know what I'm saying? These are the type of situations I've dealt with my children. Like, I've had my daughter ask me, well, why does such and such kids get to be around him all the time, but we only get to see him like every, we don't get to see him a lot? I'm left answering those questions, because when he comes around in that wishy-washy behavior mood and he comes around, they forget about all them questions. They're just happy to see him, their kids, they're just excited to be around their dad. But when they come home, it's mama that's left to pick up the broken pieces. And it makes you feel bad. And it makes you question yourself, your value. And then of course your kids. This is gonna tie to our next one. We're gonna get into it, but yeah, cut off communication with him. Cut off communication. I promise you, sis, if he can be wishy-washy like that, you're better off without him, period. And don't let these miserable moms, miserable grandmas convince you that, oh, well, he's still their dad. Okay, well, if he's still their dad, then where he at? Where he at when it matters? Where he at when I'm sick and I can't get out the bed, but I still gotta get up and be a mom? Where he at? You're the one that's always there, and keep it that way. Cut off communication. Stop the wishy-washy behavior, because, hold on, y'all, let me take a sip. Oops. Y'all forgot that was there. Let me take a sip though, y'all, because it's gonna tie into my number 4. Be transparent with your kids, because at the end of the day, you don't want your kids thinking the behavior of a deadbeat baby daddy is acceptable. You don't want your daughter thinking that, because what people don't know is little girls look for their dad in men. So if she's growing up with this dad that has this wishy-washy behavior, 9 times out of 10, she's gonna go for the wishy-washy type of dudes. And who's gonna stop her from doing that if you don't place the value into your child? Like, I'm real open with my daughters. Like, That behavior is not acceptable. You deserve a man, I say it just like this, you deserve a man that's gonna be there for you when you need them and there for you when you want them to be. That's what you deserve. You deserve a man that's gonna show up and show out for you. You deserve a man that's gonna be respectful to you. You deserve a man that's not gonna waste your time by having you blowing up his phone and waiting for him to answer or call back. That is not what you deserve. I am very transparent with my kids. Very transparent. And sometimes, well, back then, the father of my child used to say, why would you tell them that? Because if I don't tell them that, who is? They gonna think that your behavior is acceptable. Y'all, I used to preach this to him all the time. Like, don't you know that little girls grow up to go after men that resemble their dad? He don't believe that. And it's a proven fact, y'all. It's a proven fact. If you are a woman sitting here right now dealing with man problems, check your dad. Check your dad. I promise you, women who have good fathers, like actual good fathers who show up and show out in their lives, are picky about the type of man they mess with, because they had such a beautiful man figure in their life that a man that comes into their life is gonna have to live up to that. And if you have a deadbeat baby daddy and he's only showing deadbeat baby daddy behavior, your child is gonna be looking unconsciously looking for that in a man. So be very transparent with your kids. Let them know that at the end of the day, that's your dad, but that is not acceptable. And let them know it's not your fault. You are beautiful. You are loving. You are funny. You are full of life. Like, speak life into your babies, y'all, because I promise you that is one thing that my mom did not do for me. I wouldn't necessarily call my dad a deadbeat, because financially he could be there for us, but emotionally he was not it, y'all. I dealt with a lot of mental and physical abuse from my dad, and when I would go back and cry to my mom to save us and take us out of that situation, she would say, oh, well, that's just how your dad is. That's just how he is, and you got to deal with it. That's just how he is. And unconsciously, it put me into this thinking to put up with man because that's just how they are. That's just how he is, and I'm gonna love him anyways. That's how I ended up with a deadbeat baby daddy, y'all. I promise you. That's exactly how I ended up with a deadbeat baby daddy, thinking that I'm supposed to just accept somebody for who they are, not knowing that I didn't deserve that type of treatment from my dad. Excuse me, I didn't deserve to be called out my name and whatever the case may be that I dealt with as a child. I didn't deserve that, and nobody sat me down and told me that. Nobody sat me down and told me that this is what you got, but this is what it's supposed to look like, you know? And it put me in a position to not have good discernment. Y'all, I don't have good discernment to this day, y'all. I struggle with knowing who is good for me and who is bad for me because nobody ever told me the difference. So here I am growing up and going through these situations, and I'm learning, oh, okay, this ain't good, and oh, okay, this is good. So I'm not saying that all these are going to stop your child from making mistakes, but at least you know you installed that type of thinking into your child, and when they grow up, they get to make their own choices. So just try your best, y'all, to be as transparent with your kid as possible to where they can understand. My kids are young, but they are very smart and very understanding. So a lot of the stuff I tell them, they understand. Like, they'll sit here and be like, not anymore because it's been such a long time since they had communication with him, but in the beginning when I decided to cut off communication, they'll be like, dad don't answer the phone and we don't deserve that. Exactly. So be transparent with your kids, y'all. Number 4, be transparent with your kids at all costs. Number 5 is live your best life, mama. Live your life, mama. Live your life. Look, don't let the lack of him being in your kid's life hold you back from yours. And I know that's easier said than done, but baby, get up, get you a book and write down some plans of what you want to do and figure out how to execute those plans. Because at the end of the day, no one deserves to lose themselves because they made a mistake. And that is where I was at in life, y'all. At one point in my life, very recently, I was losing myself because I was so wrapped up in my children and their lives that I was putting me on the back burner. Don't put you on the back burner. Make time for yourself, mama. If you need to go out and have fun, pay somebody, work your ass off to be able to pay somebody to watch your kids. Like, even if you have to hire a babysitter over the internet for $10 an hour, and you want to go out for 3-4 hours, that's only $40. Like, do whatever you have to do to make time for yourself, to have fun and not feel like you're losing your life, especially if you're a young mom, y'all. I'm only 24. I got pregnant at 18 years old. And I would say from 18 to 20, I did have a lot of free help, as far as my sister, she was still in school, his sister was still in school, and they would all come to my house and kick it, and I could go and leave and, you know, do my own thing. But as I got older and they got older, you know, they want to live their own lives, so I can't just depend on them. I have to find other ways to make time for myself. Even if it's on my off days where I'm just pampering myself all day, I will do that. Like, even if it's, I get off work at 3 and I have to go have until 5:30 to pick them up, and I take those 2 hours to myself to just sit outside and do whatever it is that I want to do for 2 hours. It is important and it is crucial, mama, to make time for yourself so you don't feel like you're losing your mind, because you will feel like you're losing your mind if you don't make time for yourself. You understand? Make time for yourself. Live your best life. He out there living his, doing it the wrong way though, and you doing it the right way, so you deserve to live your life, okay? You deserve it. Don't think that because you made a mistake and you have to deal with, not even deal, but you have to be a mommy for 18 plus years, that that's all you have to be. That's not it. If you want to start your YouTube channel, start your YouTube channel. Figure out ways to work around, y'all. Right now, my kids are in the room asleep. It is late at night and I have got myself together to make this video for you guys. Find a way to make it work for you so you don't feel like you're losing yourself. Live your best life. So yes, ma'am. Number 5 is live your best life, mama. Live your best life. That's all I got for you, ladies. I hope you enjoyed this conversation. I hope it helped start some stuff up in your head, and for you to take your power back. For you to take your power back. You don't have to settle for these deadbeat baby daddies, and you don't have to accept their behavior because they're their dad. Be who you want to be as a mother, and if these men can't live up to you as a mother, they don't deserve it. Period. Now, if you got you a good baby daddy, sis, stop giving that man a hard time. That's a whole nother conversation for another time. But yeah, if you got you a good baby daddy who's trying and you just mad because he don't want to be with you, stop giving that man a hard time. We're going to talk about that in another video. That's going to be a great topic. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share it to one of your sisters who might be dealing with a deadbeat baby daddy. Let her know that it's all going to be okay if you follow these 5 steps to stop dealing with a deadbeat baby daddy. I promise y'all, I followed all of these and I have been living my best life ever since. He can say what he want about me. I don't give a damn. I am good and my children are even better. You understand? Because I put myself first and I got myself right, my kids can live their best life. So I will catch y'all in the next one.